delicious to eat. And our next guest is an online sensation with over 700,000 Instagram followers, count them, and she takes on nostalgic comfort food in a delicious and plant-based way. She has a new cookbook called the Cosy Vegan. Welcome, Liz Douglas, to News Breakfast.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, congratulations on your book, which is so exciting.
Thank you.
How long did it take to put together?
I think it was probably a collective 3 years of work, but I had a lot of the recipes already, in my wheelhouse. So it was more a compilation and photographing everything, maybe about a year and a half, I think, all up with the publishing team. So yeah, it feels like a really exciting moment to finally be sharing it.
Oh, brilliant. Any favourite recipes of yours that are in this book? Ones that you just keep going back to over and over?
Yes, and I've got a couple here to show you.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad because I just give me the food now. Go on.
Well, I brought in 3 of my favourite make-ahead vegan comfort foods, but I wanted to start in reverse order with a sweet item.
Yep, I'm all for it.
So this is my chocolate chia mousse. So this one has gone viral on Instagram so many times. People just love a gloopy kind of healthy breakfast but disguised as dessert.
Right.
I love tricking myself.
It doesn't look like chia seed though. Can I take one? It looks so
please.
smooth, almost like a pudding.
Have a look at that.
Yeah, so it's got a custardy almost consistency.
Awesome.
And that's the main difference, and I think why people love this recipe so much is because typically with chia seeds, like if you've ever had it, you would know they swell and they can hold actually, I think it's up to 12 times their weight in liquid.
Wow.
But what you end up with is that tapioca pearl-like consistency. It could be a bit like fish eggs, and some people find it really polarizing.
It gets stuck in your teeth.
And it gets stuck in your teeth, exactly. So if you just blend it, you can literally just combine a few ingredients like I've got here. So you'd add vanilla.
Yep.
You'd add in your maple syrup. And you just pop all of this into a blender. You pulse it for maybe like a minute until it's all smooth.
Wow.
Chia seeds, of course. And then you leave it to set overnight in the fridge. It gets thicker the longer you leave it, but it's quite runny at first, but it's still totally edible and delicious. So it's another advantage because normally with chia pudding, you have to wait a couple of hours really before you can eat it. But yeah, no, this one's really great. Healthy breakfast, plenty of fibre from the chia seeds, omega-3s, healthy fats, and a bit of protein too as well if you use soy milk, or you can use any milk that you would like as well.
Yeah, so I jumped on your website to have a look as well, and often with your recipes you've got substitutes in there too. So if you want to do it vegan, you can, but if you want to put in things that are like dairy, you can substitute as well, which I think is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more I've been online in the vegan space, the more I find that people don't need a lecture. They just need to have easy, they just need to have easy plant-based alternatives, and it's more fun just to show people how familiar and comforting it can be, rather than force people into a particular lifestyle, you know. So you can absolutely swap a lot of the dairy options, like with a plant-based milk or just a regular milk too.
Yeah.
So what else have we got here? This looks like, is this lasagna? Is
this is lasagna, yes.
It smells amazing.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
I feel like people are very sceptical when it comes to lasagna because you do have a lot of replacements to work in there.
That's a beautiful shot of it there.
Oh, yeah. So you've got to compensate, obviously, for the meat and the dairy. So those are the 2 big challenges.
Look at the layers.
I'm just looking
at layers. Yep.
So the main replacement that I use, so this is a replacement for beef mince. It's called textured vegetable protein. So I'll just show you how it works.
I've never seen this before.
So you can get it in the major supermarkets now. You buy it in this dry granule format, and it really works very similar to meat once you rehydrate it. So it's about $6 for a 400-gram bag, but watch what happens when I pour the hot water over the top. We'll leave that to soak for just like a couple of minutes, and it'll slowly start to swell. And then you end up buying a 400-gram bag that ends up becoming 800 grams. So it works out to be like, I did the math, it's roughly 75 cents a serve on like 100 grams of textured vegetable protein. It's a great alternative to buying the vegan prepackaged substitutes because those can be quite pricey. It's really high in protein too. It's like 26 grams of protein and less than 1 gram of saturated fat per serve. So really economical and high protein option.
When you think of lasagna though, you often think of the cheese layer on top.
You do.
So what have you got here instead?
So I opted not to use a store-bought vegan cheese because the quality can really vary. It can be kind of expensive as well.
Yep.
I want to make sure it's as accessible as possible. So what I've done instead, I've made like a cheesy flavoured bechamel. So what I use is nutritional yeast. So it looks like fish food if you've never seen it before, but it's actually a really handy, much-loved vegan staple. It's affectionately known as nooch by vegans. So if you want to sound like you're in with a vegan crowd, call it nooch, and everyone will know what you mean. But you make the bechamel.
You're hoeing down.
I'm very hungry. I'm sorry.
I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, so you just make the bechamel in the same way you would a conventional one, but I use olive oil instead of butter. You could use vegan margarine or vegan butter though as well. You cook that off with a flour, add some seasoning, gradually add in the milk and nutritional yeast, and it gives it that really cheesy umami flavour. It's got B vitamins in it, a bit of protein too, but it's a really great way to just add a savoury boost to any meal.
That like meats, that's like very tasty. If I saw that in a store, I'm walking past that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, but that is...
Look, it does give dog food initially. I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say pet food, like granules.
But yeah, you can see it slowly getting here now. You just want to add in a little bit of seasoning to it because it has no flavour of its own. It really acts as a sponge, but a super economical way to enjoy a vegan protein. It was invented as a meat replacement. So if you've ever had like a hamburger or sausage, you probably have already eaten TVP because it was used as a budget-friendly extender.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And now you said you brought 3 things.
I did. My last one.
Yep, your last one?
My last one. It's more of a hack than a recipe, to be honest. This is a 3-ingredient vegan parmesan. So I sprinkled a little bit on the lasagna for you both to try. So you can make it with cashews, pumpkin seeds, or sunflower seeds. You just combine this little vegan secret weapon of nutritional yeast, or nooch, with a 1-to-1 ratio of the nut or the seed, a pinch of salt in a blender, and just pulse it for a few seconds, and you're left with kind of like this crumbly sort of powder.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can just sprinkle this on
Easy as that.
You can sprinkle it on
It smells very nice.
any savoury dish, and it just is a real another umami booster, really.
Amazing. Liz, thank you so much for coming in and filling our bellies. We always appreciate it. Congratulations on the book, and no doubt your Instagram followers will explode after this too. Thank you for coming.